What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Here to bring you another game of Is the Rumor BS or Is It Legit? And it is on the rumor of Porzingis going to the Celtics. Now, let's discuss it. So, right now, as we all know, the Wizards are in a clear rebuild mode finally. Finally, they traded away Bradley Beal after all these years of speculation. He went to the Phoenix Suns for a bag of peanuts. And right now the deal isn't quite finalized. So we don't know if another team will get involved and take Chris Paul's contract or none of that. So we're not quite sure the exact details quite yet, but right now it's basically Beal for Landry Shamet and Chris Paul. Obviously, Chris Paul will be brought out. Landry Shamet is on an expiring contract, and the rumor is the Wizards don't really want picks. They want expiring contracts. So that's why it does make sense. If the deal, and I'll get into my actual opinion on Kristaps to the Celtics. I'm leading up to it now first, but it makes sense if the deal does go through for Kristaps to the Celtics for the guys I'm going to mention from the Celtics team who could be brought back to the Wizards. So, but first, Kristaps Porzingis has a player option, and that's he has to make a decision prior to Thursday's draft. The deadline for player options is Wednesday, and he has a whopping player option of $36 million. That's a lot of money, So, but either way it goes, honestly, I can see him if he opts into it. If he opts out, he could be signing a trade regardless of his actions. Same for Kyle Kuzma. As I said, they want back expiring contracts. They're gonna tank, hope for a great pick, hope for a lot of cap space to regroup and to retool on that Wizards team for the upcoming future. So whatever it goes for both players, I think I'm trying to think if Kyle Kuzma actually opt out. I think he did. I'm not quite sure. I might be wrong. I forgot. Right now, as of right now, Monday morning, doing this video at 9 a.m., Porzingis has not opted out yet, or in. So we're not quite sure yet with him. But on to the rumor, BS or legit, Porzingis to the Celtics for some combination of Al Horford, Peyton Pritchard, or what's his name, Garrett Williams. Uh, for me personally, I think it's BS. It sounds good. The fit would be great in my opinion, but we've seen now, as far as Celtic rumor goes, they could be going after Joe Ingles. They could be going after Isaiah Stewart. That's been promoted pretty heavily by Celtic fans on social media. That the Celtics is call about Isaiah Stewart. I don't really love the fit. He's a smaller Robert Williams in my opinion, but we have seen this past season here, that the two main guys, Williams uh, Robert Williams, that is, and Al Horford, they kind of struggled, especially Al Horford. His age really showed, and this year's playoff run, his numbers took a nosedive, and also not just the numbers, but watching him play as well, his play on the court took a nosedive. He's on an expiring contract. Peyton Pritchard's on an expiring contract on a 1 year left. So it makes sense if the deal was to be made, they get back two guys who won't be around too much longer, and Holford might just be brought out, honestly. So, it makes sense there. But as far as the rumor goes of Porzingis and his fit with the Celtics, I think it's BS. I would love for it to work. I would love for it to happen, but I don't really see it happening. It's a lot of money if he does. If he does opt in for a 1 year deal with the Celtics for the player option for the 36 million, and he signed and traded, that's a lot of bread. And Porzingis, will he even start over Robert Williams? Williams is clearly the better defensive guy, but Porzingis is clearly the better offensive guy who does give you some defense. He's not a statue. He can put his arms up and get a couple block shots. He is a little mobile, so it does make sense there. But will he start? Probably, I guess. But Williams been a starter there for so much for the last couple of years. Well, I'm interested to see how things will work out if Porzingis does start. A lineup of Porzingis, Tatum, Brown, Smart, I guess Brogdon or Gary White, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Um, but as far as Porzingis' game, though, he's not the unicorn he once was a couple of years ago. The injuries, age has definitely caught up to him a little bit. Not as far as him being on the downhill, on like a down spiral, nothing like that, but just as far as athleticism, he's not super athletic as he once was. He doesn't move as fluidly as he once was. He's not bad, but he's not great like he once was in his youth with the New York Knicks a couple of years ago. I forgot he was so old, not so old, but we're in the same age. I forgot he's been around the league for so long, since the 2016-2017 season. That's crazy. But I always liked presenting this game, especially with the Mavericks. And it was so funny to me. I did a video on this also, what, 2 years ago now, when he was the scapegoat for that Maverick squad 2 years ago. I thought that was bad play by Luca, bad play by the head coach Rick Carlisle. They did not know how to use Kristaps. I said that back then. I said now. If they would use him properly, they could have been a daggone problem. And I stand on that. And they've tried to find guys like that, like Christian Wood. Kind of the similar thing. He couldn't really find his role with that inside the Mavericks and the Luka Doncic offense. So they have a problem trying to find guys that fit that big man power forward role. I have a prediction video I did just yesterday on them going for John Collins, another guy in the same realm of style of player. So we'll see if that happens. But I think they might struggle trying to find someone to fit that role, especially now you have Kyrie. It's gonna be even tougher for that fourth spot to get involved. So, but I think Porzingis would have been great if the Mavericks and Luka would have found a way to work him into the offense a little bit more than what they actually did. Um, some homes for Kristaps, I don't know. It's a weird fit. Some say the Portland Trail Blazers, but would Dame really care about keeping him? If Dame heard from the organization, we're getting Porzingis in to bring you some help. You, Porzingis, Jeremy Grant, and Simons. That's the main starting five. I don't think Lillard would really love that. I think Lillard wants a superstar player. That's why I did a prediction video on the Trailblazers getting Karl Anthony Towns. I think that makes sense there. I think Lillard wants a big name. He's had good names. He's had decent, pretty above average players with him. But I think now he wants a superstar player to come with him. And I think that's why I'm so aggressive and so, confident they're going to go after Cat on the NBA trade deadline. Give the Timberwolves a way to kind of retool their team. I just think Porzingis, Miles Turner, DeAndre Ayton, those guys have good names, but they're not enough to keep a guy like Dame in Portland. So I'm curious to see what happens with Kyle Kuzma. I'm curious to see what happens with Kristaps. But I think the Celtics for Porzingis sounds good. I just don't think it's gonna be legit. I think it's BS. I really do. I think it sounds good. It fits pretty good, but all in all, I think the Celtics will go for a smaller name. Like I said, Isaiah Stewart, Joe Ingles, maybe bringing in a Dwight Howard type of guy, Hassan Whiteside, be a backup guy, and another stretch five kind of guy. I don't think they bring in a guy like Kristaps, could do damage. Pairing him with Tatum, pairing him with Brown, you know, um, could be something special. But I don't think they go with that. I think they go with a different route. That's just my opinion there. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about it. Do they go with Kristaps? Do they pay, sign and trade Al Horford, Peyton Pritchard, or Williams for Porzingis, or do they just go after Stewart, Joe Ingles, and also they get Danilo Gallinari back too? So that's something there. He's a stretch for as well. So they kind of have similar kind of sort of offensive games. So that's kind of a tough thing there. Do they even need Porzingis now to have Danilo Gallinari officially back healthy? He missed all last year with the injury. So yeah, we'll see where it goes there. But that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Here to bring you another game of Is the Rumor BS or Is It Legit? And it is on the rumor of Porzingis going to the Celtics. Now, let's discuss it. So, right now, as we all know, the Wizards are in a clear rebuild mode finally. Finally, they traded away Bradley Beal after all these years of speculation. He went to the Phoenix Suns for a bag of peanuts. And right now the deal isn't quite finalized. So we don't know if another team will get involved and take Chris Paul's contract or none of that. So we're not quite sure the exact details quite yet, but right now it's basically Beal for Landry Shamet and Chris Paul. Obviously, Chris Paul will be brought out. Landry Shamet is on an expiring contract. And the rumor is the Wizards don't really want picks. They want expiring contracts. So that's why it does make sense. If the deal, and I'll get into my actual opinion on Kristaps to the Celtics. I'm leading up to it now first, but it makes sense if the deal does go through for Kristaps to the Celtics for the guys I'm going to mention from the Celtics team who could be brought back to the Wizards. So, but first, Kristaps Porzingis has a player option, and that's he has to make a decision prior to Thursday's draft. The deadline for player options is Wednesday, and he has a whopping player option of $36 million. That's a lot of money, So, but either way it goes, honestly, I can see him if he opts into it. If he opts out, he could be signed a trade regardless of his actions. Same for Kyle Kuzma. As I said, they want back